You know what I'm
Cool.
saying? Yeah, y'all just keep doing your thing, man. I'm sorry I couldn't be episode 3. But
Save it for
I
next
give,
week though. Save it for
yeah,
next week
I
too
say it
though.
for next week. So yeah.
All
All right,
right.
gang.
All
Be
right,
good.
Alright,
so
see you,
Shout
Tom.
out, shout out
Yeah,
to Tone,
yeah.
man, pulling up, man. Definitely, it definitely sucks. You know what I'm saying? That he can't talk about episode 3, but it's time, motherfucker. It's time. You hear me? It's time to talk about episode 3. We've been waiting. Woo! Okay, let me get right to it, man. Episode 3, I was just like, from the beginning to end, this felt like a good Law and Order marathon on a Saturday. You feel what I'm saying? And you
Yeah.
just like, oh my goodness. And the like the case, everything that they did with this episode, the acting, like how you just felt everything. I rewatched it before we started. And I was like, man, like I really felt like the case, you know what I'm saying, for the White Tiger. This is his trial from episode 2, where unfortunately he basically got set up by some dirty cops. You know what I'm saying? They really shine the light on NYPD too. That's really a serious issue too, that they're kind of like,
Oh, they are my top 5 most corrupt police departments.
yeah,
Oh
so
my
they're
God.
really like shining light on that as well. But we're gonna get right into it, man. Episode 3, either one of y'all, what are y'all feeling, man? What y'all thinking, man?
Go ahead,
Man,
Tom.
this is first off, let me just say RIP to the actor that plays White Tiger. It's
Yes.
like, and I think when I saw what happened at the end, I'm like, damn, they took him out. He got taken out twice. Once in this show and then in real life. Like, that's crazy.
Yep,
And I think that's the last thing he did before he passed. But I said I understand why they had to do it, because that's making room for his daughter to come in, which she's the more popular White Tiger.
I said
Like people people know more about her than her dad. So
Okay.
I understand why they had to do it, because they had to move the story along. And let me just tell you right now, that key witness, Matt Murdock could have left him there. If he was going to get up on the stand and lie like that, he could have left him right there. You almost messed the case up. You had to force him to reveal his identity as White Tiger in order to flip this case around to win. And that was a risky move too, because it wasn't guaranteed. At least with the key witness, that was a guaranteed win. But then he had to do. Matt Murdock didn't want to do the White Tiger thing, but he had to, because his hands got forced. So he had to do that. I said that key witness, they could have dealt with him off all we know.
When you said about the key witness, the thing when you was like, hey, like it still could have went either way. I think when me and Les talked about, we were saying like the suspenseful, that was the part that was so crazy about it. Even though he revealed that, and they had a moment where everybody in the court was like, White Tiger saved me, everybody saved me. I was still sitting there, Les, right or wrong, you was like, man, it still could be guilty. Like he still could have been guilty.
That's what I thought too. Like when they was getting ready, when they had to come back and read the verdict, and they said we the jury found so, it was a big pause there. I was like,
the subtitles didn't even come up. You know how sometimes the subtitles will come up before they actually say it. They made sure them subtitles didn't come up. I was sitting there like,
yeah, because it was a big pause right there.
Free White Tiger or White Tiger free? Which one is it?
When it was a big pause right there, I held my breath, because I'm thinking, I actually had to turn my head away from the screen because I couldn't even bear to watch it, because I thought that they was going to say he's guilty.
I did the same thing. I was like, I can't.
I was like, another man lost to the system. Torian, I was ready to rant this episode. Another man of color lost to this system. I love that Marvel, but no, y'all, when he beat the case, I'm telling you, it was just this feeling of relief. But I don't know. As soon as I started, Torian, I'm gonna add your point back in now that you said this. As soon as I seen bro cooking in the kitchen again, he back in Hell's Kitchen. I'm like, they making spaghetti, everything's all happy. I said, nah, something bad about that happening.
It's not going to end well. And the thing is, Matt even told him, he said, now that this has been revealed, you can't throw on the White Tiger costume anymore.
Yep. And what did he go do immediately?
And he put the costume back on and went back out there to try to fight the streets. And the streets took him out.
Young. Okay. So that scene right there, Torian, when he put, and super spoiler alert, this is the spoiler part of it. When he came out the cut of the hoodie and this blast cut, first I'm like, oh, and then all of a sudden when I seen the Punisher skull, I'm sorry, I was like, it's lit.
He jumped out of his seat. We were on FaceTime just watching it, and he jumped and was jumping around his room. He said,
I jumped out my seat. I'm like, nah,
now,
this is what we talking about right here. You hear me?
And the thing is, if that didn't happen, Kingpin was going to go after him because he said one of the things that he wanted to do as mayor was to clean up the streets with all these vigilantes. He said no more vigilantes. So either way, it was going to happen regardless, and that's why Matt was telling him, don't put the suit on anymore because now you're marked. You're a target if you throw that suit back on. Now, my biggest thing is I don't think that was Frank Castle that did that.
I said that. I know. Look, it can't be a gamble because everybody apparently in the NYPD is just Punisher crazy. They got tats everywhere that's got skulls.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I don't think that was him that did it because of course we don't see his face. We just see the skull on his chest. But I don't think that was him. I really don't think that was him.
Do you think it's a setup?
I do. I think it was somebody else.
Okay, because I can see that too. Because now that you just said that could definitely be a direct setup by Kingpin. I even told Les, I don't even think Kingpin might have even did the hit. You know what I'm saying? I think Kingpin was gonna lay down a law, but it's just so in his character because he's just a grimy bald head man. You know what I'm saying? That's what he does. Like he just does grimy things and then acts like everybody is just tripping. Like Vanessa's trying to keep their money together, which is a thing. I like that dynamic too. That she's kind of like they want her to be this face that he's presented to everybody. Like this is my wife. But she like, I want to run the streets. I want to sell drugs. I want to be a trap queen. I'm tired of it. So it's interesting seeing that dynamic. And like you said, he was supposed to chill out on Adam, but bro is tweaking on the side. Right or wrong. Tweaking.
Who's Adam?
Who she was banging.
The side piece.
Yeah. Adam thought it was sweet. She said he promised her. When he won that night, he told a great lie. She said, promise we won't do nothing. He said, promise. You know how he talks like, you know, he knew damn well he was going. He washed his hands off. And then she said, you're punishing me because of Adam. You're punishing me because of Adam. And he's like, I don't know what you're talking about.
And also too, he called what was the conversation?
One of the dirty cops killed him. It might be Kingpin, but that's who do it.
That's what I truly believe. I don't think it was Frank Castle that did it. I really don't think it was him.
Oh my goodness! Hey, shout out to Les. Not even to cut you off. Shout out to the 9 viewers in here. Shout out to y'all. Y'all going up. Shout out to y'all. But go ahead, Les.
How did they know he was going to be? And I know it's a show, so like whatever. But like, how did they know he was going to be right there in that very moment?
It was a plan. They got man's laughing tracks on Hannah Montana. Somebody could remember that scream. He was like, it was like and then he kind of just like I don't think Disney and shout out. Can we just shout out Deadpool Wolverine? A great film that opened up this portal where Disney said, we don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? Look, matter of fact, I'm gonna like the J while I'm talking about this because what? Who cares? You know what I'm saying? They pegging, they killing each other with adamantium, all types of stuff, and now it's
a headshot too. Like think about it, he blew his head off.
Yeah, that was pretty. I was like, I jumped back.
He just bought an apartment for his family in the Bronx.
That was messed up.
That's why I really thought when I watched it again, y'all, that's when it hit me like, dang, bro. Which goes to Torian point, right? Like you said, the daughter is gonna maybe take that as like a vengeance thing.
But what I thought, like, so I don't know anything about like the character or nothing, the daughter, or like it being a girl or whatever. But I thought it was going to be somebody wicked, like a bad person, whoever, like the person who killed him, whoever else, to take the little gauntlet or the amulet thing, whatever it is, whatever you call it, and they like a bad person is going to now get these powers. But it makes sense.
Is that a thing? Is that like a Is that a thing? Is that thing a thing?
I don't think so. It seems to me like that amulet might only be something that's maybe for his bloodline or something, because it seems sacred. Like not everybody can use it. It seems like one of those
like
things.
What I needed to know. Like, is this a thing that anybody could pick it up and then?
I don't think so. I don't think so. Like, I think it might be something that's just for maybe his bloodline. Maybe even his daughter probably may not know how to use it because she's never done it, and she might maybe a thing where she has to figure out how to use it.
Mm-hmm.
That would be Torian. We gotta keep you away from the internet with your theories because Disney will get to stealing. That was a good storyline right there where she has to like.
Learn how to use, like, navigate.
Marvel.
Did we? I want to say we watched something similar that had that type of story.
The
With Miss
Bangle.
Marvel.
The Bangle with Miss Marvel.
You
Yeah.
cannot have these comic book shows be kid friendly. Yeah. I mean, you got to go a little dark. Like, you got to. I definitely agree. I think also like something, I don't know, Torian, if you saw the Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man.
I still haven't watched it yet, but I'm gonna find time because it's like everything's kind of like running into each other. So it's like, oh,
yeah,
so
yeah.
Like, I gotta like find time to like squeeze that in there. But I've heard it's good though.
So I watched it during my overnight, like the like last week of my overnight contract for my job. So I was like watching it. I'm like, dog, it was really, really good. And I know it's supposed to be like, you know, like cartoonish or whatever, but it had like a little dark little tone to it, like how that ended up going. So how it ended up ending and how the ending, I'm not gonna spoil the ending, had me like, man, Kevin Feige is finally pulling all of this together in some form or way. So we never know what we're going to see down the line in the future, especially with this kid friendly. I think they're trying to prep everybody up, just try to get back into them old X-Men, early 2000 type movies, you know, and not the Quantumania, which I love, even though everybody just hates Quantumania. I had a good time. Me and Torian saw that movie that time, but they get out the kid friendly zone. So I mean, I'm okay with that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not really mad at that. Did also
that attorney was tight.
Oh, yes, you just read my mind. I said I really was about to say I love the court interaction. I really like that as well.
Yeah.
Because when he told him, he's like, look, I'm gonna keep it real with you. You just did a lot. I hope you're ready for that. You know what I'm saying? He's like, he said, I'm sorry, officer. He said they told me you had a black eye. I was like, in my head, I was like, he knocked you. That beating in the apartment was just like brutal. Like, I was like,
that
man,
was straight, like hands and feet on that man.
His whole arm bent out till he had to say something to him in the bathroom, like, hey, bruh, what's up with that? What's up with you? You know what I'm saying? He's like, yeah. He said, okay. He said, okay, I'll get it. You gonna go to jail. So stop, don't beat up a blind man. That is the best weapon he has. So overall, what do y'all give? What would y'all rate the this episode out of 10?
Go ahead, Torian.
Oh, I gotta go first.
Yeah. No, I'll go first. Actually, I didn't rate the last one. I gave it a 9. The last one, 8.59. I gave this a 10 to keep it a bean. I think it's really making a case for me, one of the top Marvel shows that's out. You know what I'm saying? That's been out or that's been out. Like at first, it always was Hawkeye, but this is just about the third episode. Got me like, oh, you know what I'm saying? Like, I really had watched Hawkeye over and over again, and I was able to watch episode 3 over again and enjoy it just like I did. I like you know what I'm saying? They adding characters, they shed light on the fuck boys in the NYPD. You feel what I'm saying? I love Kingpin, what he's doing. He's really trying to stay chill, but it's something that's gonna come out, I feel like, later about, like we said, how he's moving. But 10 for me, definitely a 10 for me.
I gotta correct myself. Daryl Taylor said in the comics, Hector's niece Angela becomes the second White Tiger, and his little sister Ava becomes the third White Tiger. So it's not his daughter; it's his. You know, I heard something about a niece too.
No, that's who
he was at court. She was at court, wasn't she?
He was living with his sister and his niece. He didn't have a daughter yet.
Okay.
No,
that makes
you are correct. Because I'm thinking about her face when they was in court. He said, "I went to go get flowers, but I live with that because that was part of the surprise. Like that he'd been living with them, and the niece was all like this standing there." So wow, in the comics, okay, so his niece is going to be, and then the second White Tiger is going to be his little sister, and then wow, dang, it's so many White Tigers. That's crazy. So it's a woman in it regardless.
His sister. Oh, okay. Good. I'm okay. Same
so thing. The wife just is not gonna slide, is what they saying. The wife is not gonna slide.
But it may be with Torian said it has to be some blood.
Oh, okay.
So it makes sense the sister and the sister and the niece versus the wife.
Okay. And I have a little Torian Easter egg before y'all give y'all ratings. If y'all didn't hear this, I just thought it was just it was kind of touching, even though we didn't know the guy. Rest in peace to the actual character, the guy who plays the character. He died from cancer. that when Daredevil was saying to him, like, yeah, he's going to go to that island with his family, you know what I'm saying, and hear the frogs whistling, the whatever he was talking about, and I was like, dang, like just thinking, like, man, hopefully he's in a better place. And then at the end, after he got killed in the credits, they were like, had the little whistling sound. I was like, what is that? She's like, that's the whistling sound from the frog. I'm like,
that broke my heart the way they ended that. I was like, dang.
I mean, he shouldn't have been in the streets playing. But let's give it a score. What's your score?
It was definitely a 10. It was definitely a 10 because, like I said, it really had me on the edge of my seat the entire time, like just so eager, like. And Pap could tell y'all, like, I'm quick to, like, if I'm watching a movie or something and I want to know how it ends, like, I can't wait to see how it ends. Like, I'll go Google it. It took everything out of me to not Google it because it was so intense. Anytime it's an intense, like, build up, I have to Google it. And I'm like, wow, I have not felt this from a show in a long time. Right. And then, but just, like, even down to, like, how it ended, I was like, dang, he could have just stayed in. He should have went to jail. He should have went to jail. All of this, days and days in court, and they smoke him straight out. That's crazy. Why didn't he move?
Not enough time. And bro was geeking. Obviously, he was just so tweaking. Like, I'm like, bro, you could have gave it like at least like a couple weeks. Yeah. Let it die down a little bit until they not thinking about it a little bit. They was like, nah, we know guarantee he's gonna show up.
It's crazy, but yeah, like, great episode. It has me so excited to, like, keep watching it. I agree with you said, Pap. Like, what's the show? Hawkeye, a phenomenal show, but this one is like had just really opened up a new, like, feeling for me. To be honest, like, I'm like, wow, like I'm in. Like, we going. I want to see this through for sure.
Facts.
So
and remember the guy, and keep in mind the guy who went and got the autograph from the therapist.
Who and he be making moves for Vanessa too. So who is that guy?
No, not him. I'm not talking about him. It was a guy that went and got an autograph from the therapist that Matt is dating, and he went up first, and then the guy who works for Vanessa came behind him.
I remember that.
And it was kind of weird and awkward.
Yeah, he was a weirdo. Yeah. He asked for her help, right?
Yeah, keep him in mind. That's not going to be the last. That's not going to be the last time you see him. Trust me.
Okay, so we have a psycho on the loose. You know what I'm saying? So,
I don't. Psycho is putting it lightly. More like a deranged degenerate.
Okay, I don't want to hear anymore.
Okay. Torian, what's your grade in the final?
I give it a 9.5. I give it a 9.5.
Let's go. Yes.
Hey, it was a good episode. It just had a sad ending, and then because you know what happened to the actor, that makes it even sadder. So it's like, but you know, like I said, they are not pulling out. They are not stopping nothing. I mean, so that's two main characters you got rid of. You got Foggy's gone,
right?
Now the actor now White Tiger, he's gone. So it's like they
gone?
Well,
they wrote her out.
They wrote her out. She's in California. Like, she didn't stay in New York. She moved to California. The last time we saw her was in the courtroom when they were testifying against Bullseye. So
he hitting She-Hulk in California and he hitting Karen. That's crazy. 8 out of 10. Hey, shout out there and shout out to Dale Taylor, man. 8 out of 10. I don't care what people think. I'm enjoying it right there, and I think season 2 with Kingpin. Yeah, he gonna have to really throw them. Oh, that would be interesting getting them out the way, because they definitely didn't they confirm that they are going to be in the next season. Some of them,
I think they said that they were bringing them back.
That would be
the heroes for hire.
Are you excited? Would you look forward to that, Torian or Lex, like seeing the Defenders come into this universe?
Yeah, but get a new Iron Fist.
Yeah, I'm scarred after Games of Thrones. He a freak, so I'm scarred. I'm watching Game of Thrones right now. He's freak nasty. I'm like, bro, hang him. I'm like, oh, I'm sorry. No. I know. We're on good people's side. Fuck Cersei. But I definitely agree. They could. I mean, I like the Iron Fist in the first season and the second season. Everything after that, him and the Defenders was trash. I like Luke Cage the first season, and the second season just was like, when he dabbed, that was nuts. But Jessica Jones is a favorite, low-key favorite of mine. So that's why I'm like, I want to see her come back for sure. So
What's
shout
her
out
power?
to the defenders. But Tori
Is she just
gave
strong?
us a 9.5. You gave us 2 10s at the top. So shout out and shout out to Daryl. He gave us an 8 out of 10. So shout out to Daredevil. We obviously rocking with it, man. Also, as well, it's gonna be clipped up. So please let us know what you thought of Daredevil Born Again, what you thinking of the whole show and episode 3. You dig what I'm saying? Because we loving it. You did. I want to see Kate Bishop come back. We have a Kate Bishop. Let's go.